You know, CNN thinks this is funny. And this is Margaret Ann Windsor. And I was kidnapped in 41. I'm Queen Victoria II the minute I was born. My father's Edward VIII. And he was forced out by character assassination, and he was married to my mom, Claudia Ruth O'Keefe. 36, she was queen. They were taken out by the Illuminati, the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bilderbergers, President Roosevelt, who's Jewish, and then the Kennedy clan, JFK. Your Illuminati, your mafia, your Freemasons. So they took my father out, and before he never meant to leave, he wouldn't follow the orders, taking orders from the Illuminati. So they took him down. Now, I was born 39. My own uncle helped in my kidnapping with JFK and the Kennedys. Kennedy Joe had been appointed ambassador to England by Roosevelt in 36 for the reason of taking down my father. And I started to say something about JFK Jr. again coming up on the mountain here years ago when I froze and starved because I'd been run up there and nobody would help. And my legs almost froze and everything. But anyway, he came up there, he and his cousin, and that was his mom, Jackie's sister, Bouvier. And she married a Reswell who was supposed to be part of the royal family, and I don't think he really was a prince or anything. But anyway, they got away with it. And they used to hobnob with some of my family, the Mountbattens. I'm not sure the Mountbattens are akin to me. They anyway, you get the point. I was kidnapped, and there were papers that are legal were signed, making me the Queen of England the minute I was born. So I am the legal heir, and George is a fake. George the Sixth, he's dead. He's Elizabeth's father. I'm telling this in case there's someone that picks it up that does not want to go back and look or filter through or look and see my videos, so they know, because I get a lot. I get some of that people. Where are you going? What are you doing with this? My point in making this one today, right at this moment, is I'm watching CNN. I happen to turn it on. By the way, CNN was Turner Broadcasting back in Atlanta when all this was going on, me doing the book and all this happening to me and my sons, and begging people to help. I was doing a book about mind control, the Tesla files that were stolen in 30, and where you could cure an illness or create it. It involved a lot more. Now I'm going to make this quick because I've put it up, and really the only reason I'm putting this up is I hoped, let me say this though, let me backtrack. Back in 36, and you can Google this, I had no idea Donald Trump was going to be president. Now, when I started the book in 76, I had a list already of people that had been killed. I didn't know the mechanism used. I found out it was mind control. I worked for doctors, by the way. Larry Flint was shot in 78 while I was doing the book. And I could keep on going from there. I'm just going to stop. I got a letter from the FBI, ongoing investigation, national security. I got 2 letters, by the way, in July of, one was in May, right after I moved moved from Moonraker into Laurelwood, up the street in Marietta. Anyway, I was almost killed April Fool Day of 80 and carried across the state line, and a mess you can't believe, the pain and suffering and what happened to my children, Mark and Scott, who are heirs after me. So Elizabeth's a fake monarchy, and Donald, I'm mad, and a lot's going on here. I'm so sick, I'm allergic to chemicals. And some people think that's funny. It's an immune disorder, and there's nothing funny about it. It can kill you, by the way, the inflammation, your whole body. And I've already got heart arrhythmia that's from it. So I don't know what else, liver, what. our kidneys. What I want to say here, I'm just going to stop right here and get to it. Uh, I found out that President Trump's uncle, and he's being mentioned some on the media now, was supposed to have stolen the Tesla files back in 30. Well, the FBI were supposed to have them. Really, the Illuminati had them to begin with, probably. There's a lot more than just the ability to create illnesses or cure them, like Ebola and AIDS that they sent to South Africa. Now they're pretending they're their friends under the guise of the United Nations. That's who runs it. Now I'm going to stop here because President Trump's uncle, John George Trump, was MIT professor and supposed to have gotten the files, and thus he, I don't know. I hope that Trump is not part of the Illuminati. I hope not. I am going to say this. CNN is, it just infuriates me, these people that are up here doing nothing but lie. The thing he's told the truth is the press is a bunch of crap. They've done nothing but lie and delete. They need locked up. They're not doing their job. They are the criminals just as much as anybody in this. My husband and I went to them way back, begging, pleading, taking information to them all over Atlanta. I'm talking about all of them. The print media. When I was almost killed in 80, and let's fast forward to I went up there in 82, I turned letters from the FBI over to ABC. I believe it was on LaSalle Street, to all of them. And I worked for Ron Ziegler of the Watergate, and he was a good guy. Henry Kissinger tried to have me killed on the 18.5-minute gap. That's why it was subpoenaed, and it was right there in the White House where they were on the phone. Henry Kissinger, he's head of your global government now, your Illuminati. Now then, if you're not keeping track, I'm sorry here. I'm going to get this and get it up, say what I meant to. I've been telling about the Illuminati, and they're the global government now, since they took down my father and put their troops in the UK under the guise of being a friend and helping us. Sir Winston Churchill did help take us down, my father down, and kidnap me, the sorry sot. And people think he's a hero. What they did to France and everything is a friggin' shame to us. Made us fight against ourselves. And because of the treaties that were signed, my father wouldn't sign. So they kidnapped the monarch, me, bring me over here and put me through hell. And I write this book, and I'm flown out to Larry Flint's because he was shot by a program shooter. What do you think's going on? Even the fires, the campers can be programmed to go out there and start the fires. So think about it before you tune me out. Because I know the crime in Ventura, the shootings were caused by mind control. And there's lists of the deaths of where it's been used. Now then, where Trump stands on this, I don't know. I hope he's the good guy. I do know this, that Nikki Haley was the governor of, was it South Carolina, North Carolina? They did not like each other then, when Trump was running for president. Now, the United Nations is your front for your global government that controls everything. The chipping is the end times. And you can go back where, if you don't want to believe me, I never knew this was going to lead to end times or anything. I just was telling about mind control and the use of programming people. And they're innocent. They don't even know they're being programmed. They teach them the Morse code, and I'm not going to go in again and tell you how it's done. There's other ways you can find out. Since the media is too lazy to do it, their job. Anyway, today I'm listening to this, and this is CNN. It makes me so mad to watch these cute little things up there spitting out their vile things. They don't even know what they're saying. They're lying, I can tell you that. But anyway, a little bit ago, they were talking about they thought that Mickey Haley would be his pick for running mate in when is the next election coming up with Trump. He would run for president, her as vice president, and President Trump would delete the vice president now. And forgive me, I know his name. I had it on the tip of my tongue, and now then I don't know. I'm so tired. And anyway, Nikki Haley was Trump appointed to the United Nations, which is your global government, your Illuminati that kidnapped me, took my father down, is who they're talking about, the mark of the beast and the chipping in Revelation. So it's come to be. It's not just my word for it. I had no idea it was going to lead to this. But if he's got Nikki Haley going to run for vice president, I don't know. You ask yourself what's really going on. And is it truth that she may run for with him in the next election with Trump as the VP, vice president? Because she just stepped down from being Trump, oddly enough, made her the UN ambassador. She's over it. At least from the United States she is. So that would mean she's over it anyway, and she resigned. I'm sorry I'm garbling this out, but I'm tired and sick. Whole point, if Nikki Haley was appointed to be ambassador over the United Nations, the global government out of New York, your Illuminati, your end times people that control everything, and they've got a thing up trying to make all the nations, which is a joke anyway, without borders, sign treaties where there's no borders. So anyway, my point, if I haven't made a mess of this one, the best I can do, is why did Nikki Haley resign from the post that President Trump put her to, head of the United Nations? Ambassador to the United Nations. I'd have to go back and who is Rothschild, Rockefeller? They control everything, the banks and everything in your media. Anyway, if he is going to have her as a running mate in the next election when he runs for president? What's really going on here? I had my hopes that he's a good guy, and I think he has a beautiful wife, and the First Lady. I really do. So I'll leave it here. There's something wrong here. Bad wrong.